How do I teach these kids? Liberals have gone from faff-owing to faff-knowing. You know what I mean? Let's get straight off into this. Oh my God.
I hate when people fucking ask me if I'm okay. Do I
You don't.
fucking look okay?
You don't look okay. I'll be the first one to tell you, honey. This face right here.
No! Stop asking fucking stupid questions!
Okay, I do apologize. I didn't mean to offend you, honey. You're right. You do not look okay. Criminology students' legal knowledge backfires completely.
I went to OSU.
You were walking
for
in the
3
road.
years for criminology. There's no probable cause.
You say you going no more than a cop, boy?
This is not the side. This is not the middle of the street. This is. I didn't understand that was qualified as a sidewalk.
A few moments later.
I'm trying to put me on the floor. That baller. I didn't do anything wrong.
The cancel mob's been.
This video's from Melanie King today. Shout out to her. Recently stumbled upon her channel maybe a few months ago. I guess if that's recently, but she's super based. If you guys don't watch her content, you definitely should.
You remember when people were getting other people fired from their jobs because they would misgender them or say something they didn't like? Now those same people are crying on TikTok because they're getting fired from their jobs for publicly supporting a public execution. Man, what goes around comes around.
Good news.
Hey, bro. Hey, he had me in the first stab. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think he was gonna be based, but he definitely was based.
The nurse at Children's Healthcare Atlanta who said F his kids, F his ancestors, especially the bee who birthed him, has been fired. If you hate white people, you shouldn't be serving the public.
For real though, my dildo. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is aware of inappropriate comments made by social media on an employee yesterday. This type of rhetoric is not acceptable. Good for her. Now she's gone.
So
That's what they get, dude.
4 days ago, I was fired from my job. And I don't want to focus on the
You got fired from your job. Looks like you got hit right in the they-thems.
she said, they said of it all because it's not important and it's not going to get me my job back. Instead, I want to focus on some of the issues that I have faced as a trans and non-binary person in the workforce.
Like I said, hit them right in the they-them. But I don't even know anymore.
Stupid.
I plan to make more videos discussing...
Why is it they always plan to make more videos? They're always like, follow my journey. I will be making more videos. Like that's going to be some grandiose thing that's going to change the world, bro. We don't care.
Whoa, they do.
the discrimination that I've faced. But in this first video, I just want to clear the air and get these weird-ass conservatives out of my comments. No, I wasn't fired for literally anything related to Charlie Kirk.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Or his death. I didn't even know who that man was until he was shot.
You're a
So no, I wasn't fired because of Charlie Kirk or because I spoke out against him.
I was fired because I can't even do my job correctly.
Shots fired!
Like, why were you fired then?
Or anything. So y'all can just drop it and leave me alone. That being said, I don't support literally anything he said or did ever.
Okay. This is what I don't get. You didn't know who he was a few breaths ago. But now you don't support anything he ever said? Anything? At all? How did you find out so much about this man in such a short amount of time? Do you have some level of intellect that we could maybe learn from? You look stupid right now.
Stupid.
And I am in no way mourning his death.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
This is Justice for Charlie Kirk with an update from Mrs. Thoughts and Prayers, also known as Miss Megan Farina. After about a week of not posting anything after the tremendous backlash that she received, she decides to put this video up. Listen closely.
On Wednesday, September 10th, when Charlie Kirk was shot, I posted a video offering him the same thoughts and prayers that he offered after every child was senselessly gunned down while at school.
I'm sorry, did we watch the same video? Because this is what you actually said.
Thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers.
All right, y'all, quick pause.
Good Lord. So this chick apparently mocked him big time, and then her husband had a business, and like they flooded his business with bad reviews, and they showed up at his job. It was crazy.
Thoughts and prayers.
This is the very definition of zero accountability from people. A simple, I am sorry, I should not have said what I said the way that I said it. And before you begin to whine about this cancel culture, quote unquote.
Well, that's the thing. They might complain about the cancel. Ooh, words, Levi.
Stupid.
They might complain about the cancel culture, but the thing is, y'all created it. It wouldn't even be here unless y'all would have made it up. We wouldn't be canceling people. The reason everybody getting canceled because y'all made it. I said this in a previous video, but I think the left is going to get so radical eventually that it's going to get to the point where if you're not as radical as the most radical on the left, then you're going to be considered a conservative. And so it's going to end up imploding on itself and destroying itself. I think I was talking to one of my buddies. He talks about Marxism, and he's like, yeah, Marxist, it always just destroys itself. Like there's never an end to it because there's only so far you can go until what your beliefs are considered moderate or even conservative. Like the left is going to keep getting crazier and crazier because back in my day, boy, I'll tell you right now, back in my day when I was a kiddo, people that were on the left and the Democrats, they weren't that crazy, man. Just Democrat people were Democrat people. Republicans were Republicans. It was just a good old time. But nowadays, there's such a divide. Such a divide. You see stuff on random like social media. You see stuff maybe on people that you follow. Chat, put a one in the chat if you've seen somebody that you've known, went to school with, coworker, friend from back in the day, or current friend post stuff about this and then be on the left. It's kind of crazy to see, like, wow, you really think that? Like, don't you realize that the stuff that you're talking about, that you're exercising your free speech, like you may be under attack one day? That's the biggest problem. And it's like you don't even have the foresight to see, like, this could be really bad in the future. You just see it as right now. You're just like 2 feet in front of yourself and you're not looking at the long vision of all this. But it's wild work.
Unquote doxing that you're referring to, do not forget that the very party that you stand with invented that tactic.
Exactly.
What
bro.
you didn't realize was that not everyone that would watch that video would smile and wave the way you expected them to. Because thankfully enough, millions of people still have a heart, even if they don't agree. I'm sorry, but the Uno reverse victim card just isn't doing it for you.
It's that for me, and then also the victim Olympics. Always the victim, right? It's always woe is me. I didn't do anything wrong, you know? It's woe is me. It wasn't even that bad. I'm telling y'all right now, the best thing you can do if you want people to get back on your side is just, sometimes you got to fall on your sword, brother. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? I messed up. I need to learn from this. I do this stuff all the time. On a couple videos ago, I like roasted this lady that was on screen, and then immediately she won me over, and then I immediately backtracked and was like, oh, that's my bad. Like, sometimes, dude, we're human. You're not always going to have it figured out. And what really gets me, bro, is the people that are like 18 to 22 thinking they have the entire world figured out. You think you got it all figured out by the time you're 22? No.
How about no?
You don't have it all figured out. You know how pompous and arrogant you got to be to think you got it all figured out by the time you're 22? You just been able to buy cigarettes for about 4 years, but you got it all figured out. You've been able to legally drink for 1 year, but you got it all figured out. Stop lying to yourself, brother.
I posted a video about how I was fired from my job for not saying that I care about CK's death, and now that video has been removed from TikTok for violating the community guidelines.
Good.
And it's all related. Like, I feel like a conspiracy theorist, but like, the fact that Jimmy Kimmel his show was just paused for comments on CK when his whole job has been commenting.
Wait, you can't even say his name? No, say his name. Charlie Kirk. Why are you saying CK? He ain't Voldemort.
On this stuff, that's what he does. He's like, what do we think the night shows are doing? I also want to show us something else that in the bigger picture of things, like zoom in, people are being doxxed and fired from their jobs for posting about CK.
This is such corporate talk. Yeah, we're going to just take a big, we're going to zoom out, take a macro view on this, and then we're really going to get into details and look at the macro, so or the micro. Let's just really zoom out. Let's zoom in. Like, honey, stop talking like you're in corporate. Didn't you get fired?
Zoom out. Let's look at this. Informed is such
I love it. Zoom out, zoom in. What are you, a freaking lens?
resource on Instagram. I actually don't know if they're on TikTok, but a bill has been introduced into Congress to allow Marco Rubio to revoke the passports of U.S. citizens for free speech, such as support for Palestine. And the thing about this is the vagueness is the point. As vague as it can be, it's as broad as it will reach. Like, that's really the point. And so when we see stuff like this, like, how was a video of me talking about my experience? I wasn't even talking about my opinions on CK in that video, just my experience for talking about my opinions, and that was, it had 100,000 likes and it was taken down. This is turning out to be more of a mess than I thought it originally would be, so I've created a GoFundMe, and if you have the
I love it that it always turns into the e-begging, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I got fired, guys, and I appreciate the support. I've started a GoFundMe. Like, since when do we start GoFundMes because people get fired? This is wild. GoFundMes should be started like when people get hurt or you have an emergency death, in my opinion. I don't think you should start a GoFundMe because you got fired. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan &
Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan & Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time. Oh, did somebody just lick his lips? I see you, dog.
Big back, big back.
Wait. Free. Sit. Wait. Can we get some frees in the chat, please? Once we get 10 frees, Loki, I got you, bro. Free. Go to your place. Good boy. Y'all like the new couch, though? I had to bully Cass. She's like, you already got him a nice couch. I was like, yeah, but he needs another one. This man is the star of the show. He must have the nicest of the nice. Because I got her that nice little chair, that little white chair back there. For some of you guys have been watching a while, I used to have a small little, like, $75 little chair from TJ Maxx. And then Loki used to lay on just that raised bed. So that's like a raised bed. It's great for teaching dogs, like how to get up on their place and stuff like that. Loki, that's enough. You don't need to lick it, you freaking big back.
Big back, big back.
But this one came with a little pillow I really like. Let's get back into this madness.
And the desire, please donate. If you don't, I would ask you to please donate your time to a local cause.
I went to OSU.
Oh my God, please donate your time if you can't. Let's get back to this clip.
You were walking in the road for 3 years for criminology. There's no probable cause. This is not the side, this is not the middle of the street. This is, I didn't understand that was qualified as a sidewalk. Okay. Look at that right now and tell me that in different cities, that right there is qualified as a sidewalk. It's not. Okay. That's just blacktop. That's somebody had blacktop. I'm allowed to walk on the side of the road.
Not if there's a sidewalk available.
Right, that's not a sidewalk! That's blacktop!
The best thing you can do is argue with a cop and raise your voice. That's probably the best thing you can do. Take it from a guy who's been arrested before. Yes, chat, I'm not an angel here. I have been arrested. You know what's the best way to get by with a cop? Just comply. Isn't that crazy to think? He asks you to do something, just do it. Let me see your license. Here you go, sir. Let me see your hands. Here you go, sir. Turn the car off. Here you go, sir. It's really that simple. You want to get, like, I've gotten so many slaps on the wrist just because I'm great around cops. Cops say something to me, I go, yes, sir. I'm okay. What do you need? Hands on the wheel? Not doing nothing. Just because I've had multiple interactions with cops, so I kind of know how to act now. But when you display this kind of entitled behavior, more than likely you're gonna go to jail.
It's a walking path.
It's a walking platform.
Do you have your first name, please?
I don't have to.
Yeah, you
If
do.
you want to take me in handcuffs, that's fine. I don't have to. I didn't know that was
Just some subtle foreshadowing there.
sidewalk. Like if y'all are gonna have 3 cop cars pull up on me because I'm walking in the middle of the road. I didn't know it was the middle of the road. I just want to go home.
Tell me you're cooked without telling me you're cooked, buddy.
Isn't that nuts? I'm transgender. Go away. Well, I'm not from here. I'm trying. You put me on the floor.
Is that the manly coming out?
Baller. I didn't do anything wrong. So
When are we going to understand that it's all the same thing? I had somebody comment on my video the other day saying that Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us. And somebody commented and said,
Wait. And I'm no brainiac here, chat. You know I'm pretty stupid. Ozempic was made for diabetic people, I thought, in the beginning. To help them lose weight, to help with blood sugar, I believe. I could be wrong, though. So please feel free to fact check me on that. It was originally made for diabetic people, but they found out that it helped people lose weight. So then people that weren't diabetic started taking it. And then they started losing weight. The weight literally was melting off. You saw the Ozempic face. What I've always said, though, dude, if it sounds too good to be true, more than likely it is. A get-rich-quick scheme. Y'all remember about maybe 5-6 years ago, everybody was Forex trading? You know, before that, it was like, sell Avon. You know, you see those Mary Kay. You see that pink Cadillac driving down that small town. Oh, she sells Mary Kay. Oh, my God. She's making a ton of money. And then there's like the X39 patches. There's always some get-rich-quick scheme. You know what I mean? It's always something. I'm telling you right now, there's no way to get rich quick. It's impossible. You know, okay, I lied. You could buy a scratch off and you could go get rich tomorrow. But the likeliness that that's going to happen is slim to none. I don't think Ozempic is tied to any sort of trying to off these people. If anything, it's trying to help them. Getting your weight down and being more healthy is actually good for you. I know that's crazy to think, Ripley's, believe it or not, but it actually does help you to be not as big.
how dare you use the same language about this that is used about what's happening in the Middle East?
Bro, here's my thing. I don't know much about what's going on in the Middle East, and I don't comment on it because I'm not educated in it, dude. If you ladies are so uptight about it, why don't you go over there? Go over there and check it out. Let us know. Film a vlog. Put it on your TikTok account. And let's see how it really goes. I just don't see why they want to speak on it so much when they've never even been there.
Protest the Charlie Kirk funeral today because, celebrating the death of him just because we simply disagreed with him wasn't enough, right? Yeah. I'm not even that political, and this isn't even Democrat versus Republican, but liberals, bro, I'm tired of you guys. I'm fucking tired of you guys. I saw a video this morning of them saying how much money they spent on security for the funeral, and the whole comment section was just filled with people complaining that it's a waste of government spending, and I don't even think the government's paying for it. I think it's the Turning Point organization. But yeah, you guys weren't worried when they were, just doling out millions of dollars to illegal immigrants, housing them, giving them whatever they needed. But as you can't even, afford to put food on the table, but, yeah, right. And then they had Elon Musk come in and try and, prevent wasteful spending in the government, and then you guys just called him a Nazi and started putting stickers on your car like 5-year-olds. Like, okay. Oh, but Charlie Kirk was a racist and he said that he wanted to see people publicly executed. Did you watch anything he put out in full context, or did you just watch the bullshit that somebody clipped on here for 5 seconds? When he was talking about public executions, he was talking about child rapists, bro. It seems as if you're a liberal in 2025, you just have the common sense of a fucking piece of mulch, and I just don't understand where we went wrong to the point where it's like you believe in things, but it's so far-fetched that it's insanity.
All right, the amount of lies.
Well, I think here's how I think they got there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's how I think they got there. The left started to make people believe that they were the most moral, and when you're the most moral, you're the best, right? Well, I'm the most caring. I'm the most moral person you would ever know. I wouldn't hurt a fly. And so when you have a moral high ground, or you're at the top of the moral hierarchy, everything you say is holy script. You can't argue with it, right? Well, you have the moral high ground. You have the moral high. You're the best, right? You're the best. You're a humanitarian. You look out for other people. You look out for people that are impoverished, that are minorities. You look out for everyone. But then also you also say that you're the problem. So you look out for everyone else, but then you say, but I'm a piece of crap. I'm a piece of crap. I'm the problem. I'm awful. I'm terrible. So it's this weird sense of like thinking you know that your moral high ground is better than everyone else, but also having an internalized sense of hatred towards yourself. That's so weird to me. It's like being a white guy. Ooh, you're a terrible person. You're white. You're horrible. It's like, wait. But then white women will say, especially white liberal women will say, well, I know everything. I'm the gold standard of the moral hierarchy, but I'm terrible because I'm white. It's like, what? How can you be awful and be correct? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I think they've tied all these ideologies to their actual identity. Like that's who they think they are. They are that person. They are their morals, and their morals are them. Like you can have good morals and still be like, I like to go play golf, and like who I am as a person isn't just tied to I'm a humanitarian. I mean, it's cool to be that, but it's also okay to be like, I'm a funny guy, but I have morals. I see somebody, like we were at the coffee shop the other day. There was this young guy. I was like, man, this guy's young. He's probably got to be in his early 20s, but he looked homeless. And I was walking in. He's like, hey, sir, do you think you could give me a water? I gave him a bottle of water and $10 in cash because Cass carries some cash around. And so, but I didn't feel like I was like, I'm morally superior for doing that. Whenever we can and we see a homeless person, we give them some money or I'll buy them food. My brother-in-law was in town the other day. And there was this homeless lady that came up. She's like, hey, guy, can you guys help me out? Can you buy me? Well, yeah, I don't have any cash, but I'll buy you some food. And so we went and bought her some food. She was super grateful. So like little things like that, I don't even talk about that stuff because I think that's that stuff you should do behind closed doors. Not maybe behind closed doors, but like you should do that in your private life. And if you want to do it, great, but don't flaunt it. Like I don't know if you guys have seen the memes, but like people are helping out homeless people and they just got a camera on them. It's like, okay, are you hungry? How many burgers do you want? Like that is terrible to me. Making videos and exploiting homeless people for helping them out, I think that's not a good idea. To me, it just feels like you're doing it to make yourself look good. You should do that to make yourself feel good. I don't know. It's just, that to me irks me.
As I've seen go around about this man, it's kind of insane. So I'm going to start debunking some of these lies. The first one is that he's homophobic, doesn't like gay people, has a problem with them, or he thinks they should be stoned. All this crazy stuff people have been saying. Watch this interaction.
So I'm going to ask a very respectful question, as respectfully as I can. What does what they do in their private life concern you so much that you have to go up in front of a crowd? And
it is against God. That is.
So let me ask
you a
question.
Christian or not?
Do we live in a theocracy? Yes or no? No. Do we live in a theocracy?
You said you're a Christian.
I am a Christian. And do you know what? And guess what? I will say this. Part of being a Christian is appropriately interpreting what the theological says for the individual, but also means to be long-suffering and patient and loving and kind. Jesus Christ talked to all people. Jesus Christ went and did his ministry through Judea and Samaria, and he had dinner with tax collectors, and he had dinner with prostitutes, and he did his ministry in every part of the Mediterranean. What it means to be a Christian, my friend, is to be open-minded but firm in your beliefs, so you can have that belief. But if you say there's something inherently wrong with communicating or associating just because they make different personal decisions than you, sir, are not a conservative. Thanks for being here tonight.
So no, the man was not homophobic. He overall has shown a lot of respect towards people who are gay. But
yeah, dude, all the things they throw at him, misogynist, homophobic, all these things, like, he's none of it. But the one thing that I think is going to actually turn this around is religion. And chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. I think that really the only thing that's going to turn this around is religion, because the religion's the only side of the rhetoric. Everybody's been saying rhetoric. It's the only side that has patience and temperance and understanding and accepts you for who you are and doesn't say, well, you're a horrible person for the way you are. Like, the left is really bad about ridiculing you for just being who you are. Like, unless you're on their side, you're evil. And I don't think the right thinks that way. Chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. I don't think the right thinks that way. I think the left thinks that way. The left's like, if you don't agree with us, you're a Yahtzee. Whereas on the right, we're like, if you don't agree with us, that's fine. Like, you have your own personal beliefs. Just don't go out there and physically hurt people. Don't do harm. Don't harm children. Don't indoctrinate children. You know, if you want to believe that as an adult, cool. You want to go out there and wear hooves on Fridays and be a horse on Saturday? Go for it, sweetheart. We do not care. We don't care. It's like,
whoop de doo.
But the problem I have, especially about to be a dad here, is I don't like it when they want to indoctrinate the children. That bothers me a lot. Putting it in schools, talking about it at university, teaching like, you know, gender ideology, queer studies in college. I'm like, why are we doing that? We need more teachers. We need more nurses. We don't really need that. What is that doing? And then also the problem is these people go to school for that, and then they get out and they're like, why can't I get a job? Where are the jobs? You got a useless degree, dude. You got a degree in underwater basket weaving. What are you going to do with that? Nothing. Go work at TJ Maxx. Go work at Ross. Go make lattes at Starbucks. That's about all you can do with a degree like that. Like for me, I got a degree in music education. I was a percussionist in college. I got my degree in music ed. I got out in the working world and was like, you know what? I'm going to teach. How do I reach these kids? And then I saw that paycheck. I was like, golly, this is, and I'm working 12 hours a day? Nah, brother, there's got to be something better out there. So I immediately quit after about 6 months of teaching and got into sales. And, you know, I did sales for a decade until I got really good at it, and to the point where I was getting paid to be flown around the country. I got flown out to Australia, flown all over the country. I sold tech. Some of you guys have asked me in the comments, well, Levi, what did you do? I've only sold technology. I sold tech. I started at one company for a couple years and then became a manager. Started at a startup for a couple years and then became a manager. And then started at another bigger company. It was just an employee there for a while because management, too much stress. And then I got hired in another company. I was just like a VP of sales. And I got flown out all over the place. And it was much easier. And the thing is, the higher up you get on that tech sales food chain, the easier it gets, bro. Because you're talking to a higher end clientele. You know what's really hard? Selling a $50 package to somebody. That's tough. I used to sell point of sale systems. Anybody know what that is? You know, like when you go up to a coffee shop and they're like, what can I get you? A latte? Okay, would you like a muffin? Okay, great. All right, and go ahead and tap here. I used to sell those machines that they have at the coffee shops. That is some of the hardest stuff to sell because restaurants and coffee shops, little bars like that, they don't make a lot of money. Like, your local coffee shop isn't making 40 grand a month. I almost promise you they're not. Between all the overhead, hiring the employees, they got to be open all the time, the lights, the AC, etc., the internet. They're not super cash positive. Now, you'll make some coin. So these people are super price sensitive. It was so much harder to sell somebody a point of sale system than it was a piece of tech that was 20 grand. Like, as soon as I got hired at the most recent company that I quit once YouTube started going well, shout out to you guys for that.
Flawless victory.
Appreciate y'all. I closed my first deal in like 30 days, and it was for like 20 grand. Easy work. And the guy was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. Let's do it. Let's get all the stuff and let's just sign. Cool. 20 grand. Boom. Just like that. But then when I was selling point of sale systems, I had to freaking cut my teeth to get somebody to close for $250. A lot more goes into it the smaller the sale, the bigger the sale. It's just like the whole philosophy of, think how much harder it is to sell a used car that's maybe 10, 12 grand versus a Ferrari. Somebody that's going into the Ferrari dealership, they know what they want and they know what they can afford. You're just getting them the right choice. You don't have to sell the car to them. Or if somebody's going to a Lambo dealership, you don't got to sell to them. But you got to sell somebody a used car, used Honda? Yeah, you have to sell it. Oh, this one's good. It's only got this many miles on it. No, it runs great. It's not as is. Extended warranty. These guys that drive Ferraris are like, we don't care. I want the red one with the nice wheels, 800 horsepower. That's what I want. Get it to me? Cool, I'll pay for it. Like, it's just like selling a nice watch. Like a Casio versus a Rolex. It's a big difference. It's so much easier to sell something that's more expensive than it is something that's really cheap. I just got off on a random tangent there. Sorry, chat.
Whoop de doo.
Got a couple other clips here. Let's pull one up from the Twitter. But I just look at these people, man, and I'm always like, why do y'all all kind of look the same? It's a weird, like the septum ring theory, the chesticle tats. It's like, do y'all get sent a book in the mail that says how to look insane?
I have no hope for the United States. We are free falling into fascism without a parachute. We even have.
What's crazy to me is free falling into fascism without a parachute. That's what y'all are doing right now. You know, political violence, that's fascism. Silencing the opposition with violence, that's fascism.
Have an executive order now that declares being anti-fascist as being a terrorist. We've got half the country chomping at the bit to go after the other half of the country over a YouTuber. We've got mass religious psychosis happening and the government playing into it by...
What I love is, let me show you a religious woman and then let's look at you. I'm pretty like this is what I don't get with women like this. I ain't even gonna play the rest of the clip because I already know it's gonna be nonsense. You're telling me this right here, this look right here is supposed to be normal? This is normal. What the septum piercing, the chest tats, this is normal. Okay. So women that look like Erica Kirk, that's abnormal. Women that are conservative and don't have tattoos and piercings all over their face and go to church and want families, that's not normal. Like, think how much propaganda and brainwashing has had to happen to make women think that this right here is normal and that the other side is radical. It's just proof that propaganda can go a long way, dude. And it can really make people think some awful things. Ain't that right, Lokes? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's always good to have you guys out, man. Till next time. Peace.